Good evening, everyone. My name is Anna Rossi. Thank you for tuning in to my channel for yet another episode. I do hope you have had a very productive week and that you enjoyed, or at least a piece or a part of what I had to say in my intro to my channel. Some key takeaway points from my first video was that I said a little too much or way too much, and that is a key important lesson to learn when you're presenting, to avoid saying a lot. It really throws off your audience from what you're trying to convey to them, the meaning and what they should learn from your presentation. I know that my university professors or college professors are saying, Angel, I taught you better. Again, these videos are meant to allow you to learn from my experiences with me while I'm learning myself, or relearning, or even tweaking and improving upon my skills and abilities. Another key takeaway point was that when you're dealing with impromptu presentations, at least jot down 4 or 3 bullet points of what the main sub part of your message is intended to convey to your audience, and ensure that you occasionally glance at it so that you keep on track with what you intend to convey to your audience. So again, see, my first let's hope I don't say it in further on into this video. Okay, so the second key point I wanted to bring up today is, to highlight why I decided to immigrate to Canada, why at this time and stage in my life, why not before, what did I do? Do I do a lot of planning? Did I think about it a lot? What kind of preparations did I do before coming this far in my journey? And the honest answer, the truthful answer that I'll give to you is that I thought about this process several times. I went through doing the math, working out whether it would be financially possible to do the journey, and whether or not I could take on that kind of challenge at that stage in time in my life. I've thought about it early on in my career in Jamaica, and countless times, each time it came up, and I thought, okay, yes, I want to do it. I want to give in the effort. I'm ready. What kept holding me back was, at the end of the day, I just did not have the money. And there was no way I could foresee how I was going to garner $5 million, or at least $2.5 million, which was at the time what was the minimum asking of a Jamaican person to immigrate to Canada, or at least to show us proof of funds, based on what workshops I went to. At the end of the day, what was my pivotal decision point or decisive point in my life, when I made a decision to come to Canada or to start the process thereof, was the fact that I realized that my foreseeable future as a career professional in Jamaica was very slow. The growth patterns, the opportunities to switch careers, to even pursue the career of my expertise had all dried up. I spent years trying to switch jobs, trying to go into and get into another organization, and it just wasn't feasible. And there are other decisions as to why I chose to emigrate to Canada. It was not just for my career, it was for the chance for me to experience a different culture, to experience a different country, to experience different weather. And after living in Jamaica for over 35 years, I really wanted a different climate, because Jamaica has gotten so hot, and it has gotten hotter since I've left. And I am very warm-blooded, so Canada is great for me, because I don't mind the cold. People are going to think me crazy, but I love the cold, as long as I'm layered up right. And that's one key thing to do in Canada. If you're here in the winter, make sure you wear a lot of layers. And once you're properly clothed and layered up, you're good to go. Even for public transport, you're good to go. You don't have to worry about anything, but there will be persons that disagree with me on that. That's cool. We all have different opinions and different perspectives. So, second arm, gotta keep conscious of those arms. Right, third one. Okay, so at this time, what I would really want to share with you is that going through that process, realizing that I wanted something new, something different, and I was not happy. I literally want a change. 360. It wasn't just one specific thing, and I was very serious, and I realized that my avenues that I've tried before, they were no longer working, so I decided to go forward and start the process to immigrate to Canada. And I went through the support of an agency. I won't disclose what that agency was, but I went through that agency, and they were able to guide me along the process and help me file the necessary paperwork. I mean, if you're feeling confident and knowledgeable and you know the process of how to file it and do it on your own, I say do that. At the end of the day, the last takeaway point I want to convey is that if you're deciding to go to a new country, a country where you don't know anyone, you don't know everything, and you're trying to make sure that you can dot all your I's and cross all your T's, I'm going to tell you, you might want to, the time you spend thinking and trying to capture everything, you won't be able to. Decisions like that shouldn't be taken lightly, but at the same time, you spend a lot of time planning, you lose the opportunity to even make the decision. And I find that when you are taking a leap to go to a different country and to make a life there, yes, pre-plan a bit, nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying don't plan at all, but at the same time, if you're like me where you think a lot, you contemplate a lot, and you procrastinate a lot sometimes, you might not even make the decision to do anything. And at the end of the day, what I did was when I went to church one day and I was so conflicted, I couldn't make up my mind. I'm like, should I stay in Jamaica? Should I come to Canada? I'm like, what should I do? I mean, I prayed about it constantly, and I seemingly could not figure out what to do. So I went to the speaker of the service at church one day, and he said to me that at the end of the day, if you had the money, would you go? I just said yes. I didn't hesitate. I said yes. And that's when I knew that I was going to make the step, take the leap, jump into that deep end, and start my journey to Canada. So that is the first part of what I want to share with you today. Right now, I'm currently working on a nice, quick 2 meal. It's not really much of a chef experience or say anything to do with, say, it's a well thought out recipe where you're going to do creme brulee or pork chops and scallops with green beans and butter asparagus. No, it's not a meal like that. In fact, the meal that I'm doing right now, it's more convenient for even students. Say, for example, international students who don't have much time when they're on a 7 courses workload per semester, in a foreign country with no family and no friends, and they're struggling to pay for their tuition while they're here. This is a quick meal for you to do, especially if you want something really home cooked. It's not a bad option. It is, I'll just share with you, I've come to love it. It's the 44th Street beef pot roast, and it's easy to do. It's already pre-cooked, and it's one of the first pre-cooked items I bought, and it doesn't taste off. It actually tastes like restaurant cooked, tender cooked beef that is slow cooked and slow braised. And all you have to do is to follow the instructions, place it into a pot, which I prefer to do. And they say to place, once you boil the water up to to boil, just place it in the pot with 3/4 level of water in a fill a 4-quart saucepan 3/4 full. Once you do that, you place it in there for 15 minutes on low heat. And then thereafter, what I'm going to do is put it in my toaster oven. And my following episodes will be using the toaster oven, showing how versatile your toaster oven can be in making convection oven baked items without, any much effort at times. So that is what I will be trying to do in more episodes as well. And in this instance, after doing the instructions on the package, I'll place it in a tray in my toaster oven, put my additional seasoning on it, because you just need to put your own stamp on it. I feel that this, while it's cooked and it tastes nice on its own, it could use a little more flavor. Coming from Jamaica, we love flavor. Can't do without it. So I'm going to add my own flavor stamp on it, and then I'm going to put it in the toaster oven and just put it on 250. I'm still researching that a little bit before I do it tonight. I'm trying that angle for the first time tonight, so I'm going to put my little seasoning on it and allow it to soak in. Then I'm going to prepare my serving of white rice, my serving of white rice with it, and some tomatoes. It would be nice to have put some broccoli with it, and that would have completed the meal and made it a well balanced meal, very nutritious to the body as well. And if you're a person like me that doesn't like to eat beef very much, and you want something quick and easy, you can't go wrong. So I'm gonna do another follow-up episode just to show you the outcome of this. It will be short, very short, but it's really nice. And I will share with you as well the rice that I usually buy. It's basmati rice, and it's very nutritious, very easy to cook. You can't spoil it, even if you're a novice cook. Alright, so talk to you soon, guys. Bye.